Welcome, my friends, my fellow countrymen. Welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, my fellow light viewers, depending on where you are. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on your location. I'm not expecting where you are, but you know where you are. Again, this is Benson Mason, and I will be doing some crazy stuff here today. My real intention today is to look into this $15,000 saga as we relate to the laws and everything, but I would really be looking at it from a more different perspective today. Uh, my intention here is not to exonerate anybody. My intention is not to delegrate anybody. My intention today is for us to take a different perspective, a different view, a different look into what is going on in our country. And why we decide to do that, in the meantime, I would like to play this music. I love my life. 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 No, that we don't know when tomorrow might bring out the future. The hours away. So me, I live my life today. So me, I live my life today. Yeah. So long as I can talk, but no one can talk. Me have enough to say. So me, I live my life today. So me, I live my life today. So everybody else sing it out. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. So me, I live my life today. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. So me, I live my life today. Make a change, don't make a body stress you. Don't make a blood pressure, make a life left you. Never you hurt a soul unless you have to defend yourself if them try to test you. Thank God for the life, yes. Who wake up this morning and alive, yes. Make them go and judge nobody no perfect and Father God alone bring brightness. If you not like come say go find the Lord. Me not no time for the war, no time for all. Them not mad me not gonna sack a word. Or go join the bargain, join the life for you. Few friends from me up for dear to me. You not trust people, so me choose them carefully. Them are not clean, so them can't compare to me. Can't compare to me. None of we don't know when tomorrow might bring out the future. The hours away. So me I live my life today. So me I live my life today. Yeah. So long as I can talk, but no one can talk. Me have enough to say. So me I live my life today. So me I live my life today. So everybody else sing it out. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. So me I live my life today. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. So me I live my life today. Never let nobody get the best of you. Look on the person at the mirror, on the dresser too. Tell yourself you can never make them pressure you. And live life to the fullest not to get taboo. Just believe me, know life not easy. Nothing we never born with goals, spoon to feed me. Not be greedy, set a pace to the life and achieve it. Listen to the king, love me, L-I-F-E. Until it left me. Me a want keep a pain and pray to Father, God's an old age. Catch me, me a beg your Father, bless me. God protect me. Me every wrong move, I'm making on the streets, correct me. None of we don't know when tomorrow might bring out the future, the hours away. So me I live my life today. So me I live my life today. Yeah, so long as I can talk, but no one can talk, me have enough to say. So me I live my life today. So me I live my life today. So everybody sing it out. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. So me I live my life today. I love my life. I love my life. Yes, yes. Again, this is Benson Mason. The people say we, the Congo people, spoil our country, but yes, we stay here. We will be here. And today, I'm intending, and my whole idea is to delve into this discussion
relevant to this $15,000 each received by our senators and representatives. The legislature received this money, and there's I got a mixed feeling about it, but at the same time, I have to be blunt and real with my fellow countrymen. It is a it is a sad thing. It is a sad thing for me to discuss this thing because it hurts to see that given our country economy, we have people who are willing and ready to extort from our people, to take the money from our people instead of helping our people live. Um, it is disheartening when I see the people in authority, subjecting the people who we are leading to abject poverty for our selfish gain. It hurts. But what hurt me worst is when I see us as a people who are delegated, who are suffering, who are bearing the weight of trying to survive, give relevant excuse for the different people who hold us back. It hurts. It it tells me that we really do not know what we want. We do not know what we are, what we should stand for. That hurts. That hurts. That in its of itself destroys my fabric to think that we are giving others credence. And I'm gonna go back into a long list of things before I hit this thing, and I'll be talking about a lot of things. What will I be talking about? I'll be talking about the enrichment of these so-called legislators, these so-called people who are in our interest. I'll be talking about their enrichment at our detriment. And we are singing their praises and then saying that, oh, well, the people are doing something, at least they're doing something in the country. I always say this thing this way. If a guy stole $1 and another guy stole $1,000, both guys are rogues. No matter how you want to dance it, no matter how you want to say it, both guys are rogue. If we thought 1980 that corruption was at its peak and we took over the country, and you took over the country from a group who were stealing, and you get into the position and you do exactly what they are doing, or even worse, you are no better than the people you criticized yesterday. With that being said, let's go back and view each of our legislators who have been in the legislature over the past 15 years. Let's backdate it up, okay? Over the past 15 years. And I'm backdating it as far back as 2005. 2005. Between 2005 to 2012, we have gotten to realize that between that time, legislatures were not making up to 15,000. They were making $5,000, 4,800 and change. Good. But at that time, we have just come from the war. Yes, we had some things to generate some income, but the money that was being paid them was exorbitant because at the same time, you had civil service barely making $200. And when I say 200, and let me not say 200 US dollar, but we're barely making 100 US dollar each to take care of themselves. So you have people making 4,500 and except. At that time, we did not know all the benefits. We still do not know all the benefits that they were accruing, they were getting. I know one thing, their gas was being paid for, their cell phones, trash cars were being bought, and they were getting other pada and other money that we did not know of. Let's fast forward to 2012 when the budget changed and the president started to make $400,000 annually, and each legislature started to make $180,000 annually. Coupled with all these little money that are coming up and being exposed now, Is there an exception? No. Should we say let them go? No. But remember, there were people who were in the legislature then and who are still there now. They have spent all these years for the leg of Prince White Johnson. He has spent all these years in the legislature. So he has been accumulating on the expense of the Nima people. He has been accumulating wealth for himself. Oh yeah, for himself, not for the Nibanians. That's Prince Johnson's wealth. When he has a farm in Nimba, that Prince Johnson farm. So Prince Johnson has become wealthy. Let's go to Vani Sherman. Vani Sherman has become wealthy on the back of the Cape Martinians. He has become wealthy. Let's go up to Commander Wisse, who has also been there for this length of time. He is becoming wealthy on the back of the Liberian people. Now, I'm going to fast forward. What we know now of the house, the information of all this money that has been infused into the budget by the house for themselves, that have been infused into the budget in the house for the house by themselves, is besetting. Why? Because those in the house, the information coming out of the house is not something that other people want to do, want to let out. Let me give you two confusing statements. One from Akaros Gray, CDC, another one from Sir Joseph, CDC. According to Sir Joseph, the $15,000 started 2012. So imagine each member of the house collecting $15,000 since 2012, that's 8 years. Or 5 years better, $30,000. They get $30,000 that they infuse into the budget. If we take it on $15,000 for 8 years, up until that's for 8 years. If they collect that money for 8 years, how much do you think they have accumulated? How much do you think they have accumulated? And they tell you that it is for constituency engagement. Constituency engagement. For 8 years, these people collected 30,000. 3 times 8 is 24. That is almost $250,000. That's almost $250,000. To be exact, is $240,000 that these people have collected. They call constitution, according to Sir Joseph, it is political project. What is political project? Means that they are spending that money on the people's behalf for the people's sake. How they are spending it. They're spending the money for the sake of the people, on the people. So he's going to be paying some school fees, but if you are not paying some school fees from your earning, if you're paying a school fee from the government coffers, the government says, yeah, money, go pay school fee for it, and you pay money, and you do that, then why not just allot that money to the government schools? Allot it to the government schools so it can be there. The question I'm asking, what does Liberia stand to benefit from demonizing Darius Dillon? Because everywhere I turn, people are delegating Darius Dillon. Darius Dillon, you should leave the money there. If Darius Dillon took the money and he said it was wrong for him to take it. But the first thing and foremost, this has been for 8 years. Oh, let's move 3 years, according to Akaros Gray, and let's move 3 years. So for the first 3 years of this regime, they did not get the money. So that's the leave with 5 years. 5 years, $30,000 each year. That's about $150. $150,000 straight. $150,000 straight. So if you get $150,000 every year, each now, let me do something here. I like to stay in my element. I like to stay in my element, and I like to maneuver in my element. Okay. Liberia, or let me not say Liberia, Monserrato County. Monserrato County has 17 representatives and 2 senators. Monserrato County alone has 17 representatives and 2 senators. If we take the 17 representative, if we take $15,000 and we multiply it by the 19 legislators we got, we are talking about $285,000 just for Monserrato for 17 representatives and 2 senators. This is almost $300,000. Now, stop and imagine. If you double that amount, you are talking about close to $600,000, $500,000. Why not infuse that $500,000 into the schools in Monrovia, in Monserrato, into the schools, into the healthcare? Okay, why not fuse that money there to do something substantial for the people? You, the legislators, decided to pocket that money, take that money and stuff it. The thing I will applaud Darius Dillon, which he has been consistent on, is that every fund that they receive over there, for whatever reason, he said he will let us know. Thank you, Darius Dillon, for letting us know. I listened to Spoon Show talk the other day, and they were talking about where if Darius Dillon had not come out, Akaros Gray would have come out. Akaros Gray collected this money since 2012. He was collecting it. When did he speak on it? When did he tell the Liberian people, oh, I'm getting $15,000, I'm getting $30,000 every year for you, but this is how I'm spending the money? When did Akaros Gray say that? When did any member of the CDC members, any member of the CDC, George, we were there for 3 years. When did he tell us that he collected that money? When? He collected $30,000 every year, and that's $90,000 total. George, we are collected. Nobody heard about it. But we get ready now to destroy Darius Dillon. Oh, you shouldn't have taken the money. Oh, you shouldn't have taken the money. Yes, I agree. He should not have taken it. Yes, I agree. He should have alarmed earlier. I agree with those things. I'm not going to say, oh, no, he should not have. I agree with it 100%. For a matter of fact, 150% I agree he should not have taken it. Where he took it. When he took it, he told us he took it. He said, look, this is the money. I got this money. What should I do with it? What should I do? I'm thinking about library, where Darius Dillon is first and foremost. The perception or the what I gather from him when he said he collected the money is that, look, this money is for constituency or engagement. So what you want me to do? Let me engage you. What you want me to do? Y'all say what we should do with the money. This is what I got. These are a few ideas I got. What about you? Pitch me some idea. Then somebody say, oh, no, hold it. Give it back. So let's agree. But if Darius Dillon gave $15,000 back and nobody else gave their money, does that make Darius Dillon an exempt? No, the crime committed is already committed by the unit. By the unit, they agree to take $1.545 million. $million from the people. $1,545,000. That's why they agreed to take from the people. That's why they agreed to take from the people. Now, out of that amount, Darius Dillon got $15,000. He said, okay, let me retain the $15,000. So Darius Dillon returned $15,000. When he returned $15,000, does that make him exempt? Does that exclude him from the collective crime and the collective guilt? No, he's not exempt. So now he's between the rock and the hard place. If he keeps the money and do a development, the people will say, well, you had no business taking the money. Even though the development they see is for the people, is for them to enjoy. But they say, no, you should have no business taking it. Granted. Now, if he returns the money back, if he returns the money, The money goes back into the account. The question becomes, what happened to that money? Will it be appropriated? No. But he's the only one returning the money. Does that not mean he is guilty from colluding with the rest of the group for that money to be put into a line issue, into a line on the budget? How can you exempt? He cannot be there if he do, there if he don't. So let's what happens when we demonize or Darius Dillon for this thing? First, we can praise him. He letting us have a discussion to be aware of the dubious nature of the government. Now, if by Akaros grace, it is this is the first time instituted, then the president who signed into law this budget, being aware of that line issue, is also a cahoot, is also in cahoot with the legislature. Look, I keep saying to people, and I will say it any day, if the legislature would not sign the bill that will benefit the people, if the legislature will not sign the budget that will benefit the people, let it be known to the people that the legislature are stalling. And why are they stalling? Because they put extra into the budget for themselves, and you say no. But to do that, you got to come with clean hands. And because you know that you got 4 times that amount, so you say, my man, let's sign that, let the people move from here. Let's sign it, let them move. Now, with that being said, people, demonizing Darius Dillon is not going to serve us any good purpose. Why do I say that? One, it kills the aspiration. It kills the whole intent of looking in Liberia for people who are better than what we have now. It killed that whole intent. We will not see anybody, because why? Darius Dillon has let us down. Darius Dillon is the source of the strength of the young people today to excel and to trust the political powers. Darius Dillon is that verse today. Darius Dillon is the one that most young people look at and say, well, thank God Darius Dillon there, we can see something, we know something happening. But right now, if we delegrate him and call him demon, and we destroy everything about him, who do you have to show to the Liberian people, to the youth, to emulate? Who do we have to show to the youth to emulate? He's the best right now in the legislature. He is the best. He is the best right now in the legislature. I'm not saying he is the best person, but he is the best in the legislature right now. Right now, he's the best in the legislature, and that incorporates the House of Representatives as well. I'm not saying in the Senate alone. In the House of Representatives as well, Darius Dillon is the best. He's the best. His tenet of leadership is going to the people and getting from the people what the people want and doing it. His tenet of leadership is listening to the people. That's his tenet of leadership. Okay? Rather than planning for the people, he playing with the people. And that's what a good leader does. Now, let's kill him. Let's crucify him. Oh yeah, Jesus was as good as Jesus was. We saw him for 30 pieces of silver. We crucify him. Everybody talk about Judas Iscariot as the traitor. How many of us sit down and look in the mirror and see us Christians as traitor to the cause, to Jesus that we say, to Jesus' lifestyle that we say we're following? How many of us? And I go to say to even the pastors. How many of you sit there and instead of just pointing finger at Judas Iscariot, point finger at yourself. See the number of things you do that denigrate and disgrace Christianity. Think about it. Stop and think about it. So yeah, Darius Dillon he's not an angel. I agree. But trust me, he's far better than the witchcraft or the demon. He's far better than the witchcraft because the demon come before the witchcraft when you come in rank. The demon are the highest before you reach to Satan. That the demon, the witchcraft, then before. And Darius Dillon is not, he's far better than a witchcraft. He may not be an angel. He may not be an angel. but he's far better than a witchcraft. Look at all the things that goes around. Look at that. Look at those things that are being exposed to us by Darius Dillon. When they gave money, Darius Dillon, yeah, but he let us know this is what it's for. Today we can have the discussion that say this represent the legislators getting $15,000 for constituency engagement and project or constituency engagement project. And Philip told you, I want to call him Sir Philip or Philip or Sir Joseph. Sir Joseph said it. Sir Joseph said that he's going to take his own money and go pay somebody who go get somebody or who credited money and didn't pay it. He's going to get that person out of jail with $2,000. Who benefit does that serve? Sir Joseph and that woman's family. So for her lifetime, she indebted to vote for Sir Joseph. Anytime Sir Joseph say, I won't be represented, why? She's a direct beneficiary. So she has no line of being objective. She cannot be objective. And why she cannot be objective? Simple. Because Liberians, this Sir Joseph has helped her out of the disgrace she's in. So she and her family cannot be objective to say, look, that man stealing from our country. I don't think we should vote for him. No. Let's vote for him because the more money he get, the more he can help us out if something happens. The same thing that happened when a man pays your hospital bill. He takes the money from the government. The minister take the money from the government and pay your hospital bill. He can't be seen as corrupt. You see him as an angel. He's a savior. So whenever his name is mentioned, you are rushing in his defense. I don't know Darius Dillon personally. I do not have a contact number for Darius Dillon. I do not have his email. I do not have his Facebook or personal Facebook to do nothing. But as I look in, I'm saying, let's take another perspective of this thing. The only reason you're talking about it is because Darius Dillon told you about it. One, that's the first thing you got to give him honor for. You got to say that and say it earnestly. Yes, Darius Dillon, you told us about this thing. Then you say, we understand why you said it, but you got the money. You signed for the money. Now let's go to number two. Number two, your money you received, the $15,000 you received. He also did not tell you about the expenditure. He said that this money is going to be put in the community. What is it? This is my view. What do you have? Instead of coming up with suggestion to do, everybody say, oh, return the money, return the money, return the money. My people, are you guys Liberians? Or are you guys diasporans? Because if you're Liberian and you're taking Liberia, you will never tell him turn the money back. You will identify a project and tell him to put it into that project and then say, look, going forward, let's stop. Because the moment that money is returned, it's no more for Monserrato County. Those who could have benefited from it can never benefit from it no more. It will get messy in the round of expenditure. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Who shall he return the money to? First and foremost. Who? Who is he returning this money to? Central Bank? Yeah, take it back to Central Bank. Let Central Bank give you a sign or revenue receipt that they received that money. Or sign revenue receipt that they received that money. Let Central Bank give you. Take it to LRA. Let LRA give you a signed written receipt that they received that money. Now, that is $15,000 short. That is $15,000 short of the $285,000. That's $15,000 short. Remember, Monserrato got $285,000. So now they return Darius did not return $15,000. So Monserrato only left with $270,000. Each of them will carry it back to who? To central bank or LRA? Then what do you think happened to it? It lost. Like Emerson said, it concomitantly went into the account. Concomitantly, it will go into the account. And you think, look, you start thinking like you guys are dealing with Westerners. Like you guys are dealing with developed country. We are talking about an underdeveloped country where the leaders think they are law and gospel. That money return will not be accounted for no more. I will lay my life on the line for it. Return that money to any medium, any means, and it's not going to be accounted for no more. I was saddened this morning when I listened to Rufus Newell. Rufus Newell said the money was disbursed 3 months ago, according to Rufus Newell. That's what he said this morning on 50-50. I think about the young man and I feel sad. I feel sad. Because if he had this information 3 months ago, why didn't he go public on it? If he know it was disbursed 3 months ago, why didn't he go public on it? No. But now he's claiming that the money was disbursed 3 months ago and that all the senators, all the legislators have had this money for 3 months in their account and the money have accrued interest for 4 or 6% interest that have been accrued on that money. That's what he's saying. But he did not tell us when that money was disbursed. 3 months ago, he did not tell us. 2 months ago, he did not tell us. 1 month ago, he did not tell us. He comes to seek relevance by saying the money was disbursed 3 months ago, so when they're returning it, they should return it with the interest that it accrued. If that is the case, Ruber, and you knew it, why you didn't tell us about it? But Darius Dillon has told us about it, then you come out to act as though you are better than Darius Dillon? You're not better. You were in the same place. Why do you think the poor voted you out? Why do you think nobody wanted you back there? Because you're not better. No. Look, when we decide to speak, let us speak and be earnest with the Liberian people. And this is the problem I have. Let us be earnest. I'm not telling you that Darius Dillon should keep the money. At the same time, I'm not saying he should return it. I'm saying Darius Dillon needs to listen to the people on ground who got this money, who got him in that position. If the people think that his idea of building a library is good and they want a library, let them earmark the land, let him pay for the bed, get the building going. And if the $15,000 can do it, well, when we get to where it starts, we will solicit funds, we will get the county development fund, and we'll add up to it. Why? Because that's a county money. You can add up to the county money. Okay? So people need to stop looking at things so negatively. We need to start focusing on things more positive. Okay? We need to view it from the perspective where we can sit down and say, yes, this is where we are going. The train to get there is not automatic. It is a gradual step. The train to get there is not automatic. It is a gradual step. Let us move gradually. Let us move gradually. In so doing, we will get there. But when we get one person who is trying to stand up for us and we move from behind them when we need to support them, that makes no sense to me. That tells us that we are all covered. But we want people to voice for us, but we don't want to voice for those people who voice for us. We want those people to stand up for us, but when time comes for us to stand up for the people who stand up for us, we say no. We say no. This is not the first time 15,000 or 30,000 have been given to senators and representatives. This is not the first time. According to Sir Joseph, I was never in the House of Senate. I was never in the House of Representatives. Sir Joseph was in the House of Representatives for 6 years. Yeah, 6 years before he became senator. And when he became senator, he also stayed in the House of Legislature. He's saying that that money has always been in the budget since Helen time. So Helen appropriated it for them, or they put it in the appropriation. One of two things. Out of that, the the government, the present government, is not editing the budget and just repeating budget, or that they are leaving that $30,000 in there for the people. Just got to realize, and $30,000 is a lot of money for 103 representatives. Now, I know it can be different because there are some senators who have not taken their seats. There are some open and vacant spaces in the House of Representatives that needs to be filled up. So when they get filled, will those people also get this $15,000 whenever the slot gets filled up, or it just jump over them? So what happened to that other one? What happened to that other money that should be appropriated for those people constituents? Those are questions that we're not gauging ourselves to think about. But that's what we need to think about. Each member of the House of Representatives, that's why we have 4 that went up to become senator. Those 4 representatives plus the 2 senators that have not taken their seats, that makes 6. 6 legislators are not accounted for. Will their portion of this $15,000 be kept and disbursed to them when they come into seat, or but because they're not there, then they say, no contribution, no job. So saying you were not there to sign the pay, mama, brother man, a John, you miss it. So when you go, you can't get $15,000 call. You gotta wait for the second one. So you better pray God that election is held quick, or else you will not get it this year. They gotta wait for next year. If they put it there next year, if they don't put it there next year, well, then you battle all day. That's what we're saying? No. We're saying that this year, this $15,000 should not go to the next one. This should be the last. Every other money for the country development should be put into the budget for the counties to be developed. Let the counties, you see, look, people, the function of the county superintendent and the local government is for them to identify projects and send in their estimate for the fiscal year to the government, and let the government allocate and apportion money for them for those projects that they will honor mark. But in the absence of that, you can't run on handouts. You got a county development fund that have not been passed, have not been transmitted to the county for I don't know how long. That's another different story. When we violate the Constitution, it is degrading to find lawmakers that violate it. But anyway, I'm not surprised. If the lawmakers can sit down and make telling, imaginary telling, that they can drive on and be free. Anytime they want to say, okay, that's an imaginary telling, I'm on Broad Street. Okay, there's a telling over there. I'll join there and drive it. In Broad Street, when I get too lean now, so I know how you do it. You join the middle and you drive. How you do it on Broad Street? It's funny. Everybody can imagine every telling. The same way if you go in Brushwa Island, too lean, the tail one that on a center cement you'll be driving on. You can drive on it, go. See that? You got people who take the country and abuse it for their selfishness. And then we sit down and we look at them and we applaud them. But the one person who received the money and said, look, my people, their money, they give us this money for this reason. And I want you to pitch me idea what we can use it for. That's the person we're demonizing. That's the person we are destroying. All on social media, everybody. Oh, you're not supposed to take it. Oh, you're not supposed to do it. Yes, I agree. He's not supposed to take it. When you heard about that money, you should have come up quick and say, hey, I'm expecting $15,000. It's supposed to be coming. It say for constituency engagement and project. Can you guys pitch me idea what to do? Then somebody come out there and say, my man, they give me $15,000. Is it in the budget? Yeah, in the budget. Okay, take it. The other man can say, is this in the budget allotment for why? Why are they giving it? Oh, this is the reason they're giving it. Oh, okay, so you want to identify a project? People will come, they will suggest. The man will come and say, no, don't take it. Don't take it. That's illegal. That's a legal bribe. Don't take it. When you take it, you become subjected to the power that be, because they have legally bribed you using country money. When the discussion start early, better. That's my warning to you for future. When you hear about those kind of things, come to the public and present it. Let us know what's going on. So when we start to talk early, so instead of them disbursing that money, they will hold it. Then nobody can get it. Then it goes back into that money being redistributed to other parties, to other people, to other places. It will go to money being redistributed. And when the money be redistributed, it will be good. It will be good when the money is redistributed, because it tells us that there is a lot more that can be done. When the money is redistributed, it'll be better. It will be better. Rather than us sitting down there and doing other things, we can let it go. We can let it go. And that's why we say to you, and that's why I'm saying to you, and I will say it to you any day, no matter where, I will say it to you, that you need next time to just let people know, let your constituency know that this is what you need. This is what it is. This is what is going to be happening. What can you do? That's the question. What can you do? If you can find something to do in a term, fine. If you cannot find something, good, then you move on. But it is important, because this 1.545 million that you guys have collected from us is hurting. It hurts. It hurts like hell. It hurts because you guys are showing nothing that you've done to benefit us. Nothing. Why not take that $1.545 million and put it into something that is, look, you got a lot of things that Liberia need right now. A whole lot that you could put that money into. That's a lot of money that you can distribute into several things. And let's say it this way. Let me say it this way. Say it's 30,000 that each person each person gonna get. You guys could divide that. You guys could set that money up in this way. Hey, we're gonna get 30,000. We're gonna get $1.5 million coming to us. This is what we're gonna do. This is the project. That whole 1.5 million is gonna go to this county, and we identify this and this. That's the focus. Nobody gonna distribute it. Nobody gonna distribute it. Since you guys saying that everything, the president project, let it be a legislative project. The first time you get 1.5 million, you go to one county, you do something substantial for the people of the county, either in the healthcare or in the education. Do something substantial for them. The next time you get the next one, you move to the next county. In that case, you are saying, look, we the legislature, this is what we're doing for you. Since you're complaining that the president project, and you're allocated the money in the budget, you're allocated your own there too. You got your project, but the only thing your project is dysfunctional, because every one of you want the money to go in your pocket. Every one of you guys want the money to go in your pocket. So make it a legislative project. When you say legislative project, the 54th legislature going to sponsor this project. This is the money in the budget for it, and this is going to this county. If it means you're going to be building bridges, you're going to build a bridge, you build a bridge. If it means you're going to get equipment for the hospital in that place, you get equipment for the hospital. If it means you're going to put chairs and recondition the schools, do that. Those are things that you can do, and you call it a legislative project. The people will applaud you, because that's a legislative project. Everybody will say, fine, the legislature are doing something. At least they're sending something to our people. But no. It is fortunate because you guys are individuals. Just like the president is an individual. But the funny thing is that the president ain't got to contest with anybody. He alone. Your guys got to contest with each other. And some of you guys may not make it back to the house, may not make it back to the legislator. Some of you guys will not make it back. So what you're trying to do in your last term, in the last hustle, is to hustle and get what you can get. That's what you're trying to do, hustle and get what you can get. It's pitiful, young people. You guys, I love each and every one of you. I respect you guys for being in our country, for being called leaders, for taking up the gavel to lead our people. But I'm still waiting because everybody denigrates Senator Dillon. I'm waiting for you to start delegating your own senator. You leave Monterey County Senator. Let Monterey deal with Monterey County Senator. Each one of you, from the county you are from, deal with your own senator. If this is your senator first term, find out what happened. If this is your senator's second term, then you need to start asking what happened with that $15,000 from the first time. Now, what you need to start talking about it. The first time, what happened with it then? What did he do with it then? Like Sir Joseph, I believe with Sir Joseph, that money was meant for political campaign. So you get $15,000 now to go run your campaign. Now, fool them, spend all the money on them, let them elect you again for another 9 years. Then you kick them to the curb. You spend all that money, all that $15,000, you be spending it on yourself. They buy you fuel. They buy you trash card. They pay your allowance when you go into your constituency, and then and still they must pay you. Man, you're greedy. You're greedy. You're greedy. You're greedy. Darius Dillon, thank you for putting this one aside. Yeah, thank you, Darius. I will say thanks to Darius Dillon for exposing it, because now I can say something about it. Now I can advise the president and the finance minister to put another line item in where you get $3 million distributed in 2 parts. Actually, it's $3,090,000 distributed in 2 parts. 2 parts. So that it can serve the counties, so that it can serve the people, so that at the end of the year, at the end of the term, people will see something done in their county for some good reason. You got $1.5 million, and then every day you're complaining that we need to do we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to invest into this, why not take that money and start investing into it? Why not take that money and invest into it? That's a lot of money for you to just take and pocket each one of you $15,000. You make $10,000 cash every month. You get $7,000 pay. When you take your pay, it's about $7,000. $7,000 US dollar you take as pay. When you got nurses making $200, $300. When you got teachers making $150, $200. Then you're complaining. Then you're complaining. Then you say you guys cannot be respected by the executive, because the executive thing you guys have. Yes, you guys have a joke because you guys cry and play for money. Every last one of you. Every last one of you. Everyone. But the only person you seem to destroy is Darius Dillon. That's the irony of everything. Everybody, Darius Dillon should not have taken the money. Darius Dillon should not have taken the money. I can say to you, granted, I agree, he should not have taken the money. To make it better, he should have told us about this thing long ahead of time. He should have told us, because he knew it was going to come. So they knew about it coming about probably 3 months ago. You got your staffers that you cannot pay $125,000. You cannot pay your staffers, but you can divide amongst yourself 1.5 million. And then you say the staffers should not say anything. The staffers should be content and go to work. When you are exploiting the people, when you are stealing from the people, when I say stealing, you guys are stealing. Stealing. Row. That's what you guys are. Intelligent, intellectuals, rogues. And that includes you too, Darius, because you knew about it. You did not blow the whistle when you heard it. You did not blow the whistle when it started. When you got the information that it was going to be disbursed, you did not say anything about it. That's my disappointment in you. That's my disappointment in you. But does that mean you bad? No. I would take 10 of you any day over the 100 more the guy in that place. I would take 10 of you any day over the 102 bouncer then there. I will vote, I will plead and campaign for your re-election any day compared to those hooligans, the guy that's stealing. But nobody see them to talk to them. You know, like Stanton said, the old lady in a town that eating that everybody know that witchcraft. Everybody will just be seeing her, they will be saying, oh, that witchcraft. But that other old man are going to church and he's sitting in a church and he's singing and he acting so holy. When the people found out he witchcraft, he don't want the 1K. And that your problem, that's the one you're facing right now. It's not that you witchcraft, but you participated in eating somebody's child. You don't become a witchcraft, you got a witchcraft party to go grab it and get it and eat it. You were just there, you just saw the point and say, but let me just taste it. I ate it, I catch you so. Not that you did one wrong. For me, personally, what you did was unexpected. When you received that money, it was unexpected. Two reasons I say it was unexpected. One is that you know there is no constituents engagement that you should be paying for. Why? When you pay, it's supposed to be from your pocket. It's supposed to be from your hard-earned sweat. You know that there is no engagement that you should pay for from your pocket, from government coffers. They shouldn't give you money to do good. If I give you money to do good, then you're not good. I'm good. I'm giving you the money. I'm the good one. You just want to do what I want you to do. So you're not being good. And you know that there's nothing about political engagement. You got to stop that. We got to move away from that. We got to take that away and we got to be able to show it. And I think that's the problem. That is the problem. In any way, form of action. I want to thank you who followed. I want to thank you who listened. I want to thank you who will come in later and listen. On Tuesdays and Wednesday and Thursday, I will be coming on twice a day. I will come do my own little presentation, and then I'll come back later and talk about the Constitution. Today, I got some stuff for it. But again, this is Benson Mason, and I want to thank you for following up. I want to thank you for being a part. Thanks for listening to my perspective, the perspective that tells you that don't demonize Darius Dillon. He's a human being that can make mistakes. And when he does, he comes back to us and he let us know that he made a mistake. The question moving forward, I don't think he should return the money. I really don't think so. I think, like he said, he wants the citizen of Monserrato to earmark what they use the money for. And I will strongly support and I will strongly solicit the citizen of Monserrato to rally around the senator and make use of that money. Now, you have Senator Dillon has $15,000. You have 18 other senators that got 15,000 each. If they put all that together, you will have $285,000. That is enough money to build you uh, 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 a well solid library and put in. It may not put everything you need, but it will get you on a start so that you can get things. So I would ask the senator to work along with the county superintendent and the county officials to earmark what to do with that money. But I will also ask the county official and every member of the county caucus, I will ask the citizen to demand that each of your representatives, each of your lawmaker, make that money available to the counties, to the county government, so that the county government and then can take siege of the situation and do something appropriate for all of you people to benefit. That would be my focus. That is why I would say don't return that money. But I will also call on you to call them up to make that money available. Because Darius Dillon alone making the money available and returning it does not say anything. Because if they were to go to court, he would be held. After he returned the money, he will still be held because it's a class filing. And every one of them will have to go and answer for that for the total amount, not for the individual amount, for the total amount. They will answer for the total amount. Now, if you are looking at audit, then each person will be answering what they did with their $15,000. But that's not audit. This is a mass action where they stole the Liberian people money in a whole thing and they got to pay for it. Now, I don't know how you're going to pay for it. I don't know how you're going to make it. But I would really suggest that every legislator, representative, and senator from Montserrat County and from each of the other counties should put that money in the hands of the superintendent and follow up as a caucus, which is a group of all of you guys, to see what the money is being used for. Get that money into the county and let it work for the people in the county. That's my recommendation. Thanks for following me. This is Benson Mason. Again, I'll be back later this evening to discuss other trending issues as it relates to our Liberian government. Until I see you again, until then, thank you for being a part. Have a nice day. And I'll play this music that we all may like. It's by Sunday Diabo. And yeah. Yes, my people, thank you for following us, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in about an hour time. Until then, be good, have a pleasant day, and enjoy your stay. Bye-bye.